Hello fellow riders and welcome back to Airhead Barn. We are continuing our restoration project of R90S and today we are going to work on master brake cylinder. So these in /6 and /7 early models of brake master cylinders were made of cast iron and they were placed under the tank. So during this assembly process I discovered that this particular one has some issues. Actually it has really bad pitting and damage of a cylinder wall, and today we will try to address that. So just to give you a picture why this is happening. So usually, when you have bike sitting for a long time, you can expect problems like this. And let me actually try to show you what I'm talking here about. Okay, let's see if this comes up. So you can see, down there some really deep grooves where cylinder wall is damaged, and that's something that we need to fix. All right, so why this is happening? When you have a bike sitting for a longer time, most likely you will have these kind of issues, and the reason for that is that brake fluid is essentially hygroscopic, which means that attracts water from the air like a moisture and then traps it inside. Cast iron and water don't go really well together, and after some time of sitting you will have corrosion, and corrosion basically eats this wall, and this is what you are getting. So that's why it's crucial with these to frequently change brake fluid, especially if you live in high humid areas. This bike was sitting, I believe, like for 18 years, and this is the end result. So how we can address this? There are basically several approaches that you can take here. First one, of course, is to go and buy new brake master cylinder. Those are not cheap. So if you are changing to new, maybe at that time you want to check whether you want to stay with under tank and not being able to see it, which sometimes when it leaks it's problematic, because that high potent fluid is going to eat color of paint of your frame. Or maybe you want to change it to handlebar mounted master cylinder. In this case I want to keep everything original, even though it's probably not the best thing ever, but still I would like to, as I said, keep it original and have it under tank. New cylinders like this, brake cylinders, are pretty expensive. So this is 16 millimeter. I checked prices, and then with tax and maybe shipping it comes to close to 500 bucks wherever you order it. Next thing you can try is maybe to find some good used on eBay, but usually those are not disassembled and pictured how cylinder walls look inside, so you will end up spending half of that money and could maybe have the exact same issue, or maybe a bit less than an issue, but still there. So that's kind of your second choice. Third choice is the one that I like the best, and that's actually send this thing to some good machine shop and have them rebore this and then put a sleeve that will be exactly 16 millimeter or whatever your piston is. In that case you can negotiate with them to put stainless steel sleeve inside, and then you are pretty much good with that thing, and the cost of that is I would say probably like third of a price of a new brake master cylinder. So that in my opinion is actually the best option. Fourth option is the one that I'll do here, and that one is give it a try with something. If it works and looks good, great, we have it fixed for cheap. If not, then we will send it for sleeving. So fourth option is basically take a really fine sandpaper on a Dremel and try to get rid of these nasty parts on a cylinder wall. Piston that goes, actually that pumps that oil fluid, is has a seals made of rubber, and those are much larger than diameter of this cylinder, which means that even if you ruin the roundness of this thing, it becomes elliptical, or your bore is a bit larger than originally was, that's still fine, because that rubber tends to, compensate for that, because it's much larger and it should work. Important thing is not to use coarse sandpaper here. Anything above 400 grit is going to work. I tend to use 400 and 600 and see how it goes. And then at the end, I'll give it final finish with a 16 millimeter flex cone. If that doesn't work, then as I said, we will send it for sleeving, but please stay tuned and let's see how this goes. Okay, so I have my Dremel tool, and actually this bit exactly fits here. It's maybe like a couple of millimeters smaller, so I can use it to try to get rid of these things, these problematic areas inside the cylinder. All right. First, a bit of cutting oil. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have after 400 grit. So not sure if you can see it, but we basically were able to get rid of basically almost everything. This looks great. So next thing, I'm going to put back 600 and then finish it first with that one. And then we will use flex hone as the end. Okay, so now we also have really nice cross hatching inside, and this looks beautiful. So we will give it a try. If it's going to work, I'll report my results. If not, it will need to go for sleeving. I hope you found this useful, especially if you have, some of these that are damaged like this one was. There is a chance that you can actually fix it without spending a lot of money. And thanks for watching.